This is Rizzotti, and it's Countdown to Tip-Off. Well, they're coming in after a great first half of the conference schedule at 6-2, so it's a big game for us. We were in a position to get a win down at Stony Brook, and we kind of let the game get away from us. So I feel like it's important for us to have the confidence that we can even up the series and move ourselves, back in a better position in the conference standings. But they're an athletic team that plays really hard. They're a good defensive team. They're a great rebounding team. I think they're just a group that really understands their roles and play to their strengths. They've done a really good job this year of doing that. The last couple weeks have given me, kept my optimism up a little bit in terms of our growth. I know we handled the bottom 4 teams in the conference, and so we talked about that. Now we're right kind of in the middle. What are we going to do about the next time through? We need to be able to beat the top half of the teams in the conference. And so, I think that our team has certainly matured. We've learned to keep our poise when things aren't going our way, which was something we struggled with early in the conference schedule. Our roles have been defined a little bit better, and some of our upperclassmen are starting to play a lot more consistently, and that's what we've been kind of pushing towards. So I feel like we're in a good place, and certainly in a place where we can continue to improve. But the bottom line is we want to compete to finish as high as we can and be in a position where in the second week of March we're playing for a championship. So we still got a lot of work to do. There's a kind of over familiarity sometimes that can be make the game seem a little sluggish. I do think in our case it's helpful because we were playing a lot of young guys that had no familiarity, so I'm hoping that defensively we'll be a lot better the second time through conference play. But offensively, we're going to have to challenge ourselves when teams start to scout our plays and take away the things that have been working to find different ways to score. So it can be a good or a bad thing. Hopefully it'll be a good thing for us. Well, our kids are more confident in it. They're not worried about getting beat as much, so they're able to have some aggressiveness in the front court and know how to do it without fouling. I think that our bench is deep, so it kind of forces us to play a lot of people, and against teams that don't have a deep bench, it can over the course of 40 minutes maybe wear you down. But it's kind of how our kids want to play. They want to be aggressive, they want it to be fun, and whether they get the turnover or not, I feel like it takes some precious seconds off of the shot clock for another team who wants to try and run an offensive set, so it might limit them in terms of what they can run. Well, it's important because we've always been a program that has multiple options offensively, and you never really know who you can take away. The years that we've been our best, we've had 7 or 8 different guys lead us in scoring in a particular game. So that's who I want to be. I want to be a team that it's hard to scout. You leave this guy open, she can do that. If you don't pay attention to that guy, she's going to hurt you. So I don't want to have non-options on the floor, and that's something that we've really challenged Taylor with, and it was great to see her play with that offensive confidence against Vermont, because we know she can defend, but we want her to be somebody they have to worry about, whether it's running in transition or getting an offensive rebound or just being there for garbage points or making free throws. Those are things that are important to our offense, and it was nice to see her play like a senior, because I think her and Alyssa are keys. They've always been role players. They've always been guys that you've never really had to worry about as an opponent in terms of scoring, and both of those guys now have come up with double-digit games in conference. And so as seniors, they're saying, hey, we're ready to play, we're ready to do our part, and we might not be the leading scorer every night, but if you leave us open, we're going to be capable of hurting you. And that's what I need my upperclassmen, that's the statement I need them to make.